Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are, Lucky Dog Sim Racing Trucks Thursday at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 100 laps. Looks like we got a pretty full field here tonight. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through your starting lineup real quick. Looks like we have, let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Bear with me, my sim racing app's crashed. Alrighty, here we go. So we start in the front row. We have the number 10, Stephen Ross, took pole position to his outside, the number 16 of Ray Zerkut. Third, we have Matthew Greathouse. Fourth, Michael Pegg. Fifth, we have Gary Slipinski. Sixth, Paul Witt. Seventh, Dan Witt, no relation. Eighth, we have Kim Kraus. Ninth, Brad J. Allison. 10th, Tyler Lester. 11, Philip Temples. 12th, Adam S. Berberich. That's an interesting last name. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce it. 13th, Clinton Engel. 14th, Chris Vickery. 15th, Larry Eddy. 16th, Austin Evans. 17th, Richard Crane. 18th, Randolph Richard. 19th, Eli Raposa. 20th, Brett Killick. 21st, Gary Ragland. 21st, Kendall Kraft. 23rd, Kevin Hazelwood. 24th, David Scott. 25th, Sandy Curtis. 26th, Paul Regney. 27th, Gary Whitmer. 28th, John Henderson. 29th, Joel Guy. And 30th, Timothy Woodson. So we have a few gentlemen who decided not to stick around for our feature this evening. As we get rolling here, the pace car will bring them around. One lap till we go green.
Williams seems to be a full field tonight.
This is a very, very full field tonight. 30 trucks all getting ready to go green here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Pace car turning off. Here we go as the 10 truck brings them to the start finish line. We're just waiting on the flag man. Green, green, green. Here we go. Green flag drops for the first time here at Las Vegas. 2 by 2 they go down into turn 1. Already looks like some folks are starting to think 3 wide. Right here at the start, think better of it. Stay 2 by 2 going through. 10 car gets a good start. Clears the top lane. Was able to get right out ahead of the number 16. Drops down to guard that inside line going into turn number 3. We'll probably see side-by-side racing most of the night tonight. Looks like the 99 had a little bit of an issue. Gathered back up. Is it the 99?
That'd be Dan. He's gotten really strong lately. Really good driver.
14. Dan. Well, he did join too late to be able to secure his number. 14 gathered it right back up, managed to recover, not doing too bad. Recovered, staying in the 10th position. Go back to our breakaway pack up here. 10 still leading them through turn 1. Looks like a lot of the field's starting to single file out. We got a few pockets of side-by-side racing, but everyone's given a lot of space. 100 laps, a lot of time, a lot can happen. Now's not the time to be going for crazy moves. As our front 6 cars are doing their best to form a strong breakaway so they can be able to duke it out amongst themselves without having to worry about the field behind them.
setup feels really good tonight. I think that's why you see it 2 or 3 wide.
It looks like we got Larry Eddy in the number 4. He had to start from the pits. He's got a lot of catching up to do. If anybody can do it, he can.
We'll be keeping an eye on Larry. The tenacity award is always ripe for the taking, but I've seen Larry race in the past, and he's certainly someone who never gives up.
Larry is on fire right now. I don't know what happened to Larry, but he's definitely not fighting on the same level that he used to. He's become quite a machine.
Well, he has the benefit of clean air. He can go ahead and run whatever race he's running, let everyone else use their stuff up. He'll just pick them apart once he catches them.
Yeah, he's really strong. Really become a really strong racer lately.
You see he's using the apron, trying to get as much time as he can on the field. You can use that apron to make time. You just have to be very careful hitting the apron here at Las Vegas. If you don't hit it just right, you end up breaking loose, going around, taking a bunch of cars with you. This looks like Paul Witt in the 429 moving up to the middle lane. He was really running that lane in practice. You don't see it run too often by Paul. He prefers to wrap that bottom line, but he appears to have found some speed there in the middle as he tucks in behind the 01 of Tyler Lester, giving him a push through the backstretch. Looks like he's thinking about pushing the 10 of Stephen Ross. Not entirely certain where he wants to go.
We have hit it back. Yeah. 3 cars went wide. Gumbo went sideways, but he was able to save it and recover.
Take a look back here. It's a very good recovery. Looks like he's got the he's getting taken down. 3 wide.
Number 41.
Ooh,
Craft, I believe, which he's another strong racer.
Let's take a look here. Looks like the 41 thought he was clear, tried to move up the track. Doesn't look like it was him in the 42. Doesn't look like any other cars were involved. Go ahead and watch that from the chopper. Yeah, my guess is his spotter told him he was clear up, and by the time he chose to make the move, the 42 was there. Ooh, 8 just barely dodges it. Oh, no, the 89 looks like he got pushed a little bit in. Keeps it off the wall, so it should be minimal damage. Our first caution of the night there on lap 9. Got a few takers to pit road at the 01, the 429, probably coming down, get some fuel. Question, take tires. I think it's a little early, but Las Vegas is hard on tires. It is a bit of a cheese grater. Doesn't look like the 01 took any. He's off already. Our leader, and Stephen Ross, looks like he's opted to stay out. A few other people decided they wanted to stay out too, pick up some track position. So we'll see how that works for him. These cars only have 45 laps of fuel, so they'll still have to... I mean, this will get them... If they can save enough fuel under caution, they might only have to stop once, but they may have to save, whereas everyone who just came down pit road, they can go as hard and as fast as they want until that pit stop for them now at lap 55.
Yeah, I'm showing 46.1 laps after topping off. I didn't take tires, just fuel.
Well, we'll see if that's the, which strategy is going to pan out here with the 10 staying out. I mean, I think Under caution, you can buy a lap and a half, 2 laps. So if they're very, very careful with their clutch, shutting the truck off, just letting it roll as much as they can, they might be able to save. But where you're at there, Michael, you don't have to worry about that at all.
No, sir. We can just keep it green for 89 more laps.
You're going to have a lot of trucks out there right now. They're going to be starting on 11-lap tires and bringing up the rear. You got a good number that's got fresh tires.
That's why I went to the back.
I do not believe the 429 or the 01 took tires. However, if I had to bet, there'd be some folks in the back, probably Randolph Richards, since he went through a slide, Kendall Kraft, since he was sliding sideways, they probably have fresh tires.
And you look at David Scott in the 42, he had a 16-second pit. Randolph Richard, Philip Temples was in and out. Kendall Kraft looks like he took tires at a 37.6 seconds. So there's a number of new tires out there.
Here we go, back green. Top lane got an excellent start, but the bottom's the one with the push. 51 pushing the 10 as hard as he can into turn 1. Let's see if the 10 can clear the top lane like he did on the initial start. Looks like he has, so he'll be able to slide up, go ahead and see if he can pull the 16 along. No, he opts to stay in the middle, guard that inside line going into turn 3. 51 here of Matthew Greathouse, giving him a solid push with the 99 of Kim Kraus behind him. That bottom lane is formed up and it is moving. Here the 10 comes under fire from the 51. Nope, 51 falls back in line as 99 of Kim Kraus moves to the outside. See if he can drag anyone with him. It'll be hard to make a pass on the outside without help. 10 pops up to go ahead and pull the 99 alongside the 51. That's what he wants to see. He wants those two racing side by side as long as he can. Just have them wear their stuff out. Maybe he can scoot away. Looks like second lane is also going 2x2, but behind them, they've already built a sizable gap to the 03 and the 19 behind him. Behind 19, they are 2x2x2. Oh, looking almost 3 wide there near the 429 of Paul Witt. They got it settled back into place. So 429, Paul Witt, the 43 of Sandy Curtis, try and make up ground on the bottom. They've got people there outside, so they're not able to take full advantage of the sliding out to the wall on the proper racing line to make advantage of the ground they're making. See how they go at the front. Looks like we're back racing 2x2. 10, the Pied Piper, just leading them around.
Paul Witt's getting loose. He got down on that bottom apron. And his rear end started coming around. And of course, Sandy Curtis was right up on his bumper. May have taken some air off of him.
Stacked the field up going 3 wide. 78 looking the inside of the 52 and the 43 thinks better of it. That's what we were talking about there early on before the race started. That apron is treacherous if you don't hit it just right. Looks like he got it gathered back up. He's going back in attack mode, trying to track that 14th place car, the 777 of Mr. Michael Pegg. Took fuel on that stop. Had to start towards the rear. He's making good time, taking his time. It's a lot of laps, so just take care of his truck. As we look back at the front, not much has changed. The 600 they're still racing side by side. The 600 made to the inside of the 51 and the 99. 51 and the 99 are staying together pretty well. That 10 truck is doing everything he can to keep them side by side. Gotta wonder how much damage it's doing to their tires running like this.
Yeah, 18 laps.
Looks like the 600's already starting to get loose under the 99. We almost had some door banging action going through turn 4. Oh, caution. We have a caution.
54.
And it is a big caution. Looks like it collected 6 or 7 trucks. Let's see what happened here. Look okay going through turn 4. Looks like the 54 came down expecting the 19 to go below the apron, and that's all she wrote. Right back up into the field. Took out the 429, the 43, the 111. 52 slides into the inside wall, the 20. Let's go back and see if we can get a better idea of what was going on here. We'll go ahead and ride along with the 54 here. Yep, just came down the track. That was a heck of a ride.
Yeah, I was lucky to clear the house out of that.
Oh, Sandy Curtis just drilled hard. Looks like he almost was able to check up for that, and it's like the 52 just nowhere to go. That's a hard hit. A lot of good trucks taken out. Is it the 91 we saw go around on the top side? Looks like it might have been. Let's go ahead and do a ride along with Mr. Joel Guy. This almost fell entirely in his lap. See, he's hard on the brakes. Just looking at Las Vegas, it's sort of a self-cleaning track. Watching everyone slide down to the bottom, he skates through just fine. That's how quick it can all go wrong.
That's another racer that's done outstanding. He's really come around lately.
All right.
Well, guys,
So
7 did not take tires. He is on the original set.
all right. So looks like just about everybody came to pit road except our leader, the number 10, Stephen Ross. He must feel really good in that truck. He is on still his original set of tires. He still on that original tank of fuel, so he must feel pretty confident in what his truck can do. Looks like only like maybe 5 other trucks skipped out on tires. That'd be the 03 of Brad Allison, the 91 of Joel Guy, the 20 of Austin Evans, and the 777 of Michael Pegg. Unfortunately, most of those guys are stuck back in traffic. Brad Allison's the only one who managed to crack the top 5 with the no tire strategy. So we'll see how this plays out. 20 lap old tires, especially under green flag conditions. That's not going to be fun on a restart, but here we go. Green flag's back in the air. 10, even on those old tires, gets a pretty good start. It's already cleared the top lane. But the amount of momentum that 51 truck's going to be able to maintain going around, I can't imagine the 10's going to stay in the lead too much longer past this lap. as the 99 shoves him down the full length of the back straightaway going into turn 3. See if he can hold it. The 99 is a very aggressive driver. He likes being in front. He's not afraid to give you the bumper to get there. So here we go. The 99 challenges outside. 10 throws a block on the 01 going into the first turn there. 99 gets loose, washes up the track, almost takes out the 51, gathers it back up. A little bit of door banging action between the 01 and the 51. They're able to sort it out. So with 3 wide going into turn 3, they think better of it. So we're back 2 wide. The 10's still able to scoot away. This is surprising. I expected the 99 and the 51 to just shoot around his outside, but looks like Kim getting a little loose really backed the field up a little bit. 51's right back at it. Matthew Greathouse, he's got all the momentum in the world. He's the inside of the 10s. We might actually see our first lead change of the evening as he dives it off into turn 3, completes the pass. And they're single file for the first 4. 01 shoots the outside of the 10. Looks like he's got a lot of momentum. See if that 13 goes with him. Looks like he will. Instead of diving him low, it's a good call. As we are 2 by 2 by 2 through the rest of the field. Look here, the number 10 just dropping like a rock. He's got the 01 to his outside, the 13 to his inside. Those 13 thinks better of taking him in the middle of turn 3. He's able to hold on to that 3rd position. That was surprising.
We have somebody cutting the grass and another caution.
Oh, 777 Michael Pegg, 111 John Henderson. Let's take a second, see what happened. Oh, looks like the 04 Larry Eddy got sent into the grass. I don't know why that would have caused the caution we saw break out on the track. Was that the 40 of Timothy Woodson we saw have an issue? Oh no, further ahead. It looks like the 46 got loose. 4 checked up, got a bump from the 7. And when the 26 came back up after he'd righted his truck, looked like it just stacked the field up behind him. We see him touch the apron. He gets a little loose there in front of the 78. 78 can't check up in time, gives him a little bump. And yep, it's like the 40 of Timothy Woodson and Kendall Craft's machine looked like they just had a little bit of a meeting of the minds there, and it did not go near as well as either one of them had hoped. As we see there, 40 got shot from behind. He checked up, so let's go back, take a little bit closer look at it. The 72, yep, 72 just not able to check up. Triple 7 coming off pit road. New truck, so it looks like he went ahead and used one of their 2 quick repairs. Hopefully he's able to work his way back up on the lead lap after going a lap down after that caution. Did you have to take a tow, Michael?
No, luckily I was just wiggled through the grass to make it.
Well, all right. Well, you are what looks to be the first car a lap down, so if we have another caution, you would be the lucky dog. 'Cause 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 ' if what I'm seeing is correct. I think the award for bravery tonight has to go to the number 10, Stephen Ross, still out on those 30-lap-old tires. He must know something about this truck none of the rest of us do.
Well, the last pit stop when we were in 21, my tires were 92, 91, so I'm sure he was in that same area.
He
I
had
heard
the
a number of
benefit of
discussions. Heard a number of discussions about the setup, and a lot of individuals like the setup for this track tonight.
Yeah, the setup's
It's a box
great.
stock setup.
It's a great setup, really is.
Looks like we are getting ready to go green. Pace car peeling off. See if the 10 can get another start like he has been as we go towards the Geico restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. 01 gets a monster start, not quite able to clear the 10. He'll have him cleared by turn 1. There they go. Both of them able to dive off into the bottom going into turn 1. As we look back 2, 3 wide back in the pack. In fact, they're able to get all that sorted out. That's the thing. Cautions breed cautions. People start getting antsy the more times you have to re-rack them and shoot them off into turn 1. So let's hope we can just settle down and get a nice good long green flag run. I say as we're 3 wide again going into turn 1. Could be a problem. Think better of it. Looks
There
like
was
the
almost a little
600
bit of contact there.
Looked like the 600 backed out of it. It's just a smart move because he would have been the meat in the middle of that sandwich.
Make sure you don't blink. What I'm seeing is the 78 of Gary Slapinski coming through the field quick. He's almost to the front.
Not only, and looks like he pushed Mr. Paul Witt. We remember Paul Witt was in that first caution there early on. He's fought his way back up from having to restart in the back. He's all managed to get it back up into the top 10. Gary Slapinski running behind him. They're 8th and 10th, respectively. 8th and 9th now. Gary Slapinski is the one to watch. He can run this thing high. He can run this thing low. It doesn't matter where he puts that truck. It's going to the front. As we come back to our leader, the 01's enjoying what the 10 had there for over 20 laps, and that's just that clean air. He's able to keep the 10 side by side with the 13. That 10 is showing some massive car control. In fact, he's able to keep it up there. 34 lap-old tires, brand new tires under him comparatively, and he's holding it, sticking it in third. That is a man to watch. He gets him some 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods, and he might be untouchable. So we get back here further in the field. Oh, 3 wide going into turn number 3. Get that all ironed out. So we go back here in the field. Two by two. This is looking like a mini Daytona's rather than a mile and a half. This setup is so stable. It runs so well in a pack. You'd think these guys were racing for the win on the white flag lap right now. 72 hit the apron, gathers it back up.
And I'm looking again at Gary Whitmer, 52. He's been in the top 10 for a big portion of the race now. He's sitting in 8th place now. And remember the other night, we were discussing about his 9,487 laps he's run in the league here, and that's not including all of them.
Now, Gary's another one that's a long way. He's learned a lot. Done outstanding.
Definitely one of the more tenacious drivers that we have here in Lucky Dog Sim Racing. Shows up to every single race. I mean, Lucky Dog runs 6 nights a week. Gary's in every single one of them. He puts in the time, he puts in the work, and I mean, it really shows.
Gary's the guy that gets the light for everybody. Gary's like the first one here and the last one to leave.
You see, he's even cracked he's almost cracked the top 5. He's sitting there running 6th, running behind Gary Slapinski and Paul Witt. He sees that top line seems to be moving. He's doing his best to just go ahead. He's like, I'm just going to run with you guys. I'm just going to ride here. You pull me to the front, and then we'll see where the chips fall here towards the end. Seems to be his MO most nights, and it seems to be paying off tonight.
There's some door banging back here.
I'm also looking at the first and second place cars right now, trucks right now. I mean, they've gotten close a number of times. It looks like Chris is trying to get around Tyler a little bit, but it's just getting closed out at the last second.
His 7 truck here back in 11th place seems to be getting squirrely. I don't know if there was contact between him and the 20.
Yeah, there was. Banging doors, racing hard back there.
You gotta wonder if it's that old tires of the 10. He fell way back. He got shuffled out. And you know he's not able to run the line he wants the way he wants with all these trucks around him. Everyone's trying to take him high, trying to take him low. They smell blood. They're trying to get by. You gotta wonder if those old tires are what's causing this. We'll see. His pit window, he should be pitting here. I mean, lap 42. He should be pitting here within the next 10, 12 laps for gas and tires. We'll see how this shakes out.
Doesn't look like he's holding it down in the turn very well at all anymore. It's wanting to climb up the track on him, which may make it hard for him to get in the pits unless he slows way down.
He's going to have to slow way down. He's probably going to have to let the whole field know when he pits, because it's not one truck behind him. It's not 2 trucks behind him. It's the rest of the field behind him, and they are loving that bottom lane. Fortunately, that's where you got to be able to make pit road. You got to check up hard to make pit road. Last thing you want, someone behind you running you over. We got 777 trying to come through the field. Looked like maybe trying to unlap himself the hard way. Got the 43 of Sandy Curtis. Ooh! Tipped the 19, exited turn 2. Managed to save it.
That was a good save.
Getting ready to say the 43, one of the more aggressive drivers in the league. See, he was able to tip Gary Ragland. Ragland gathered it back up, and they're right back at it. Almost wiped out the lap down truck of Michael Pegg. That was close.
Yep, and you got a wreck going in.
Yep, looks like we have is that the 03? It's the 03 and it's the 20 in the 600. Sailed it off into turns 3 and 4. Everything looked all right. 20 split him 3 wide. Looks like it took out the 52 of Gary Whitmer Sr. 600 is able to get it off the track. A little bit of neck code involved there. They didn't actually make contact until after the 600 was sideways, but it's almost like the 600 didn't even know the 20 was there. Either that or you expect it to be further up the track. It's the value of listening to your spotter. They say 3 wide bottom. They mean it. slaps the inside wall, bringing the truck to a stop. Go ahead and we will ride along here with the, who's that behind him? Right along with the 99 here. See how this looks. Happened right in his lap. Good save by the 52 of Gary Sr. Was able to keep it straight, keep it off the wall. Looks like it's Mr. Kim Krause's turn to make the call to keep it out on track after that caution. 27 laps since he last pitted. He did take tires in that time. He knows they still have to stop for them to be able to make the end of the race. Only 46 laps of fuel at most, and that's without any saving. We're not quite halfway, lap 47. So he's probably planning on running 10, 15 laps, bring it down pit road, put the 4 tires in fuel. As he brings it down, decided, nope, not going to do that. I'm going to take it down pit road and get serviced. So that'll give the lead here to what looks like Matthew Greathouse in the 51. He's been running up front all night, but here is the man to watch, right here. 78 truck, Mr. Gary Slapinski, started in the back, made it up to the 2nd position. And Matthew here looks like he last pitted 20 laps ago. Gary came down pit road this time. 7-second stop, so probably only took fuel. Looks like the Gary, Phillip, Paul Witt, those 3, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all decided fuel was the way to go. They're staying out. Triple 7 here was our lucky dog. So he's back on the lead lap after being caught up in that caution. Only a 6-second stop, so fuel for him as well.
Did not take tires. Fuel, let's see, it's, last pit was 21 laps. We're at 48, and the tires are 92, 91.
That's some excellent tire wear. This setup here at this track is absolutely phenomenal. A lot of good racing, a lot of clean racing. I know we've had something like, is it 3 cautions, 4 cautions up to this point? But we've also had twice about, a good 15, 20 lap green flag run. So we're getting in some good racing.
For an open room, it's great. Next week will be league only, so the official season starts.
And that's the official seasons for both Tuesdays and Thursdays, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tuesdays and Thursdays breed some of the cleanest racing I've ever seen. Usually in a lucky dog room, if you go a lap down, you're begging for a caution, and it usually don't happen.
A lot of nights your race is pretty much done.
I've been that lap down truck enough times to know the validity of that statement. So here we go again, lap 49, taking lap 50, green flag, back in the air. Matthew Greathouse did not get a good start at all. Gary Slapinski with the 429 of Paul Witt up his tailpipe, shoved to the lead. They take the point. Almost like he got caught napping there, wasn't expecting the green flag. only drops back to third. He's able to recover right on the 429's bumper, diving low, looking to bring the 72. Philip Temple's with him. Dive off into exit of turn 4. He's alongside the 429. Heck of a run going through turns 3 and 4. That push from the 72 did a lot. Looks like the 91.
We just had one do a complete flip and no caution.
14 of Dan. He's actually in the he's actually in the pits now, so no caution.
Paul Witt stuck in the wall.
Oh wow! Looks like looked like Dan Witt tangled up with the 43. Take a look at that. We are under caution again. Nope, just broke loose. Climbed the wall. Somehow that wasn't a caution. They were 4 wide behind him. It's like the 01 washed up the track, flicked the 429 on the wall, nowhere to go. He brings it to a stop instead of coming down the track and getting eaten up by the field. That's very considerate of him. Go back, we'll see if we can get a better look at this. So here they coming off of turn 2. The 01 has a run down the backstretch like nobody's business. 10 ducks down under the 72. And it's a bit early for that, fellas. Looks like it's either scared the 01. Were those sparks?
Or was
we
that
have contact
netcode
there? Let's take a look.
I think there was a bit of net code involved in that.
Yeah, I need some patience. Gotta let the tires build up. Some heat get in.
So here we go. Down the backstretch. He's middle 3 wide. 10 takes him 4 wide. Let's see. Looked like maybe a little bit of a netcode door slam there. The 72.
That sent him up into Paul, pushing Paul into the wall.
I mean, you can tell it's not on purpose. Those 3 are there trying to give that outside lane as much room as it possibly can. Just nowhere to go for the 429.
But even though it brought out a caution, I think that was a good decision by Paul to keep that thing up on the wall instead of taking out a number of trucks on the field.
When looking at where that had happened, that would have taken out everybody from 10th on back. They were coming with a full head of steam. It was good. I know a lot of folks do like running that top side. I know I myself love running the Tyler Reddick line. So it's very nice to see folks being heads up enough to see that car on the wall, drive below him instead of drive through him. I think they saw 4 wide and were like, this ain't going to work, fellas, and backed out of it a little bit.
The thing about it is it pushed Philip Temple's in the 72 back to 19th place, but you need to keep an eye on him because he is a force to be reckoned with out here. He is fast.
Mr. Temple's here, started up in the 9th position. Been running inside the top 10 pretty much all night. I wouldn't put it past him to just carve his way back through the field. It is lap 54. You pit here for fuel, you can make it all the way to the end. So we'll see what the strategy is here. Excuse me. Looks like we're 1 to green. Only about 8 or 9 takers coming down pit road. Just fuel. It's Paul Regney. Looks like he took tires. But he's the only one among those who came down pit road who look like they've taken tires. Everyone else appears to have just done splash and go. So what looks 26 cars on the lead lap.
We were 91 on the tire wear there. It's getting incredible tire wear there.
That is incredible.
Well, especially since, I mean, as hard as the entire field is running, I mean, if you listen to these cars, we just do an onboard. I think that's what we'll do here in a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and pick someone in the field and ride with them. I mean, you can hear these tires crying going through the corners.
Oh, Vegas don't give me nothing. You need tires in Vegas.
So we are back green. Gary Slapinski, 78 on the outside with another fantastic start. 10 was on his toes, was able to push the 51 up alongside of him. 51 will not have the 78 cleared, it looks like. Nope, 78 has his nose there. He is coming along the outside with the 16, Ray Zerkut, giving him a shot as they go into turn 3. Trying to get that front bumper alongside the 51, try and side draft the 51, not quite. 51 clears the 78. 78's right back to it, not quite there. Going into turn 1, 2 by 2. Looks like we had some 3 wide there. Got that sorted.
There's a product of a good setup, though, is a lot of pack racing, and I think that's what we've seen tonight. I think that's a product of where most of the cautions are coming from tonight, and it's easy to go 3 wide.
I mean, it's easy to go 3 wide. It seems to be real easy to hold it 3 wide as the 10 goes back to the point, passing the 51. 51 goes right back under the 10, back on attack. So we are just trading the lead back and forth up here. 78, Gary Slapinski just hung out to dry. He drops to 3rd. Back further in the field, and that's where we see those multiple lines. You see the 52 Whitmer Sr. running the middle with the 43 Sandy Curtis right up there at the top, 99 of Kim Kraus down there at the bottom of the track. You can run this truck anywhere you want tonight and have pure faith in what it's going to do.
Look at John Henderson, 111. He's trailing up behind the pack quite a ways. Now, I'm not sure if he got a bad start or what's going on there.
Well,
He's still on the lead lap.
111 was involved in one of our earlier cautions. If he hasn't taken his quick fix, could be fighting damage, or maybe he's seen the same thing we've seen as this pack racing's, caused several cautions tonight. Maybe he's just trying to avoid the big one.
Play it safe.
Here we're going to go ahead and do a ride-along with the 777 Michael Pegg so we can get an idea of what's going on tonight.
I'm talking to him right now. Really good from there. As you can see, they're swapping. There's no real estate up. There's no real estate up.
You can hear the amount of throttle time you have in these trucks going around this course, even in traffic. I mean, you're not out in the throttle much. I mean, we can hear you lift, feather the throttle going through the corners, but Your foot sounds like it's through the floor for 98% of this track.
Pretty much. Right just a little bit to get it to turn.
This is what it looks like for, I mean, you saw what it looked like for the 777. This is what it looks like for our leader. Absolutely clear. Not a soul in sight. So 99 has worked his way up to second place. The 51 had an issue holding up the field a little bit. 99 dives to the bottom of the 10 going into turn 1. These two will probably be racing side by side like this for the next several laps until one of them can get some help, or someone decides, nope, I don't want to be fighting this hard right now. Number 10 has been up here all night long. Decides to lift a little bit, let the 99, it's like, go ahead, man. I'm just going to go ahead. Ball in your tire tracks. Let's go ahead and build us a gap. Fight this out later. You can see through the rest of the pack, they are just fighting and fighting and fighting for real estate. They're side by side through the rest of the field. For the most part, looks like the 10 may have tacked the apron a little bit, shot up the track. It's good gathering that back up. We can see the difference in the racing line here. You see the 99's got a much wider arc going through the corner. He doesn't hit the apron until about 2/3 of the way through it. 10 is wrapping that white line. Now, there's no right way to get around this track to make speed. And it doesn't seem to be a wrong way either. Because these two, as fast as they're going, they just cannot seem to break away too much from the field. Now, Piers, we had the 429 come down pit road, showing a lap down by himself. 13.7 second stop. Thinking Paul Witt thinks that was the stop for the race. He's going to go ahead. Caution is out.
That was your leaders.
Wouldn't you know it? So I was trying to figure out what Mr. Witt was doing. Just looked like, ooh, 03 over on his lid. Like there was no give and take between the leaders. 10 just comes up the track. The 99 not giving him room, gets into his back end. And the 03 of Brad Allison is the one who pays the price. Almost had it missed. Doesn't sound like he hit the wall too hard, but being upside down cannot have done anything good for that truck. And you're right, Brian. That was a very nice. Get a view of the whole thing. This happens right in front of a couple trucks in front of him. They get hard on the brakes, dive to the bottom. For the most part, keeps it off the wall. And after that big roll, man, it only looks like there's like a small bit of, just a small bit of damage there on the left rear.
That's not bad for a rollover.
That's not bad at all. So that's not going to do him any favors. But I mean, you know who this hurts the most? It was a 4:29 of Paul Witt. He knew if that race stayed green, he was in a real good position to win it. But now he's our lucky dog. And the whole field has new tires and fuel. Looks like his plan backfired a little bit there. Now I see the whole field took tires. I missed it. Larry Eddy in the 491 Joel Guy, the 111 John Henderson, and the 99 Kim Kraus all have sub 8-second pit stops. Look like they came down, just took fuel. But from what we've seen tonight, that's not necessarily a bad thing, since we had 27 lap old tires still contending for the lead there a while ago. I don't know who at iRacing made this set, but I think it's, they probably need a raise. This is probably one of the best sets I've ever seen. You pointed him out earlier, Brian. Right there, the number 4, Larry Eddy, started from the pits. Lap 71, he's leading this thing.
Yeah, there you go. It's just constant. He's just so consistent. Doesn't always have the best luck in the world, but he's pretty consistent when it comes to racing.
Yeah, Larry's been on fire lately.
Looks like the last time he was on pit road was lap 51, lap 52, and with these pace laps, he should have the it'll be close, but he should have the fuel to make the distance. Tell you someone I've noticed who's been doing a lot better lately has been 91 of Joel Guy. I mean, a lot of tracks, he still overdrives the truck, but he seems to be doing it less and less recently. I'm wonder if he started practicing or if he changed something in his setup that's been able to get him a little better feel on the truck.
Yeah, we got his computer a little bit more stable. That's helped him out. He got his internet working good, so he's been doing a lot better.
Well, he's starting outside second place as we are back green again, rolling through the gears. The 4 of Larry Eddy, fantastic start. 91 not able to get going quite as well. The 111, oh, looks like we have someone in the grass. 72. Huge check up in the back of the field. Just got a shot from the 42. Looks like the 72 just brings it down pit road. That might be his night. We'll go back to our leaders here. So Joel Guy dropping back through the field. So he got shoved to the outside, sort of hung out to dry. It's the 4 of Larry Eddy. Leads him top 3 single file, 4:13.51. That 51 will just not go away. Matthew Greathouse has been up front all night long. At the 40 of Timothy Woodson, great recovery drive, up in the top 5. Just takes 4th away from the 111 of John Henderson. 3 wide back
Yeah.
here again. The 10 looks like he wants that front back. Looked like he was trying to take him 3 wide. 78 backed out of it wisely. That's not worked too well all night long.
The advantage on Matthew and Chris with the 6-lap old tires versus 23-lap tires, which is what Larry's got on his truck.
I think this is probably the first time tonight where we've seen new tires beat out old tires that convincingly. Larry Eddy in the 4 just up top going backwards. Like, everyone is just shooting around him like he's not even, almost like he's a lap down. Oh, 40 gets loose.
Excellent.
Saves it. 111 got tipped, took out the 52. And they're still wrecking. Let's take a look at this wide angle. We had a big fan out going in the corner.
There were a couple of good saves there until it went all wrong with 111. He almost had it saved.
Let's get a good idea of what went on here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to throw it in the chopper cam following the 429 here, because everything looked like it was going great in the back, and then it just stacked up. Oh, looks like he got a hit from behind by the 89. Didn't quite check up in time. I think it was the 99 who checked up in front of Mr. Witt, trying to avoid that wreck. He gets around it just fine. Mr. Woodson just absolutely clobbered, almost had it saved. Do a ride along with him, see what was going on. Very shallow entry to the corner, hits the apron, starts washing up. Looks like he overcorrects it a little bit, and that's what got him loose. Trying to get out of the way, just hits the 111. Not certain what.
A lot of reactions in that chain.
.36 just tries to bring it up on track. I'm just about half the field's involved in this one. Tire's just not quite warmed up yet, it seems. It's like we got a couple of guys that may have just been their night, just ended. 429 still on pit road. Probably repairing off the optional damage. Doesn't want to use that last quick repair. He might be out of quick repairs. Brings it back out on track. Well, for the most part, it seems like the safest place to have been all night is either in the very, very back or the very, very front. The middle pack is just, like from 5th on back, it's been incredibly racy tonight. It's 429 with a 40-second stop. Must not have been too much damage on that truck. Most of it to the rear. Looks like he got it all repaired off, so that's good to see. Don't want to see anyone's night being done. Looks like the 03 took a fast repair there. It looks like that may have ended the night of the 20 and the 42s. We are 1 to green. So talk to us a little bit, Michael. How hard has it been to pass tonight?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's like everybody is on fire there. You know, with a killer setup, it's hard to get around. Even the guys that normally don't do good are doing outstanding tonight. Of course, it's rough because it's an open round, but overall, the setup's just outstanding.
Do you think it's easier to pass if you've got someone pushing you or someone to push than it is to
Yes.
by yourself?
Yes, most definitely. A lot of momentum here tonight.
A lot of momentum, good momentum there on the top. Not quite a fantastic start, but Chris Vickery has an excellent push from the 78 of Gary Slapinski, and looks like they've got the 43 of Kim Kraus with 43 of Sandy Curtis, with them. Kim Kraus there in the 99 on the bottom, about a car length back from the 10 there of Stephen Ross. He's managed to work his way back up into the top 5. Everyone here, with the exception of Kim Kraus and Sandy Curtis, has new tires. Has newer tires here. 14 laps since they came down pit road. Kim Kraus and Sandy Curtis, though, only took fuel the last time they were down, so we'll see how they hang with the rest of the field. As of late, we've seen new tires seem to mean a little bit more than they had earlier in the race. Doesn't seem to be bothering Kim, though, so he latches onto the back of the 78. Nabbing the 4th position there. Clears the 13 as they go down the backstretch. 10 diving to the bottom. He wants that lead. He managed to muscle his way. They're diving onto the apron. 51 can't side draft him. 78 almost splits him 3 wide. Thinks better of it. As 51 makes it to the quarter panel of the 10. 10 not able to slide up like he wanted to. Was not able to clear him. 78 giving a good push to the 10 down the backstretch. They've been working on this pass several laps, and it's still not done. 51 coming back on the outside. Just so hard to make up time, so hard to make space, so hard to finish a pass.
Yeah, we're in a six-pack parking lot right here.
You can see the 43, the 78 are pushing the folks in front of them for all they've got. You got the 777 and the 13 just waiting for someone to make a mistake they can pounce on. Nobody is given an inch. 78 bump drafting the 10 all the way down the front stretch. 10's able to clear that 51, slide up in front of him. He finally got the momentum to make that pass.
That guy's on fire tonight. outstanding. He'd take an old set of tires and make them look brand new.
He's definitely been one of the guys to watch. He had a restart earlier on where he had to come through the field after being up front most of the night, carved through the field like it was nobody's business. I think you may have found someone who may be able to give Gary a run for his money.
Well, it seems like. Nice to have him come.
7 cars running side by side. Oh, we have a caution. Looks like the 40 of Timothy Woodson having a bit of an issue. Come through the trial. Oh, looks like he got hooked by the 19 and down into the 111. Ooh, a couple other trucks involved. Looks like the 91 of Joel Guy caught the short end of that stick. Came flying through the tri-oval. It was an evasive move to miss the 40, and it just killed the 91 and the 8. See the 40 coming back up the track, tried to make room, there just wasn't anything there. See the 10 leading them down pit road. It's been 22 laps since they stopped for tires. Lap 91, we're probably going to go back green flag racing with 5 laps, with 7 laps to go. Do we take tires here? Or with how good the tire wear has been, do you just take fuel and go for the track position? We'll see how this plays out. See, the 777 looks like he's just going for fuel. Beats the 10 and the 78 off pit road. Makes up a ton of time.
It did not take my last set. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so you were going for tires there?
Yeah, I had them checked. It did not take them. I got to go back in. Unbelievable.
That's definitely not what you want to see happen.
No. Glad you said something. I looked down, I was like, what? Well, they're 95-95, but I think 100% was 7 to go at Vegas. I've already given up too much track position. If I was going to stay out, should have stayed out. But I don't want old tires and 78 behind me with new tires. That's not going to work out.
We have only a couple folks who look like they were staying out. Matthew Greathouse in the 51, been up front all night. He decided, I want track position more than I want tires. 23 lap old tires, but that tire wear, if it's anything like what we were seeing earlier tonight, they may as well be brand new. Gary Ragland behind him, looks like he just drove through pit road. First car on new tires, looks like it's lit. Well, no, 14 laps. So first car on new tires is Stephen Ross in 10th. Gary Slapinski, Sandy Curtis, Michael Pegg came down pit road. Brad Allison. Looks like everyone behind him has 4 fresh Goodyears. So we'll see how this plays out. New tires versus old tires for about 7 laps.
Yeah, the 777's got to go from 21st to somewhere. Let's see what he can do. Basically the last of the field.
Well, we're about to see who's a hero and who's a zero. If staying out was the play, Matthew Greathouse, Gary Ragland, Larry Eddy, top 3 there. They may be the ones to watch. taking tires may have been the right moves. We'll see if Stephen Ross and Gary Slapinski, the first two cars on on fresh tires, can get through this traffic. And then, with you there in the back, everyone in front of you's got fresh tires. We'll see what can happen.
It wouldn't have been a bad decision to stay out with 95% tires. I didn't realize they were that good. It's hard to pass here, even with new tires.
As good as these tires have been, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a third lane start forming up, people trying to run 3 wide from now to the end. We are down to within the last 10 laps. This is going to be lap 94. We take the green flag. Everyone wants that W. We'll see who's willing to do what it takes, and hopefully we get a good set of green flag laps in to cap this off. The racing here tonight has been absolutely fantastic. It sucks. It's been minor mistakes that have led to major calamity, but that's just what this setup will let you do. As we come to the Geico restart zone, hopefully for the last time. Green flag is back in the air. Almost dead even start for the 51 and the 19. Looks like the 51 may have gotten through the gears a little better. He clears the 19 by turn 1. 4 of Larietti behind him. They're already starting to look 3 wide back in the field. Mr. Kendall Kraft getting shoved out to the outside. Top 3, single file going down the back stretch. We make it through the 10, just forcing his way up through the middle, trying to make up as much ground as he can. Still, unfortunately for him, stuck in the 10th position. Mr. Gary Slapinski going backwards on those fresh tires. He must not have had a fantastic start. So you go back to the front there, starting to race side by side. 53 in the 4 for second place. This is exactly what the 51 wants to see as they come across the stripe. 5 laps to go. All he needs to do is keep them side by side. He just wants to see green flag run from here on out. 91 coming off the pit road, keep it below the apron, let everyone by. It's a good call from him. 51 still able to hold that lead. 53 clears the 4. 19 of Dan Witt. Sorry, Gary Ragland. 19 of Gary Ragland goes to war with the 4 of Larietti. You got the 111 of Mr. John Henderson fighting the 52. There for 5th place. 10 has managed to work his way up. Just to show you how hard it is to pass, he's only made up 2 positions on fresh tires. Looks like he's going to try and shoot the 111 3 wide. Not quite able to get there. 111 moves up the track, lets him have the bottom. But all this is just it's what the 51 wants to see. Everyone running side by side. No one's able to get up there and really challenge him for. We have a caution again.
10 on the 111.
You know, with the tire wear, it's better to stop.
That's just unfortunate. 89 caught up in it. 10, 111 getting into each other going into turn 1, racing for all they've got. Not entirely certain what happened there. I wonder if they get together before they got into the corner. Go ahead and we'll ride along with the chopper. We'll take a look and see. It almost like the 10 expected the 111 to be a little bit further up the track. A little bit of net coat there. Like the 111 trying to pinch the 10 down the track, not wanting to give him that middle lane. 10 tried, maybe trying to muscle his way up there. Did not work out for him, not one bit. Just two very fast trucks, both going for the same piece of real estate. See the 111 just holding the wheel straight, gets into it with the see when they make contact, the 111 has to correct to the left a little bit, and that did not help anybody.
Well, looks like the end is green white. One and only green white checker got, I do believe in it.
Yeah, one green-white checkered attempt.
Needless to say, it wasn't what the 51 was wanting to see.
He had them side by side, 3/10 back. He was just wanting to scoot away. The good news for him is none of the cars on fresh tires made it into the top 5. You got the number 03 of Brad Allison there in 6th, Paul Whitten 7th. Those are the closest. Those are the closest cars to him with fresher tires.
Good strong run by Larry this evening in the number 4, Gary Ragland, right there in 4th position. And you got Gary Whitmer in 5th. I mean, he's been consistent tonight.
I mean, on that last run, I tell you who had the hero drive was the 777 of Michael Pegg, having to restart 21st. He's be taking the green flag this time in 11th. We've had a lot of good racing, a lot of surprising racing out of some folks. It's always nice to see folks doing well. A lot of series.
A lot of real estate to make up. 2 laps to go.
Especially when everybody in front of you wants you just as much as you do. We've had an amazing amount of racing. This has been an absolute blast to watch from up here in the booth. Series regulars and newcomers alike all given as good as they're taken. So we are 1 to green on our one and only green-white checkered. Still 17 cars on the lead lap.
I was just getting ready to go there. It's a number of trucks to finish a race with, especially as close as it's been for this entire race. These last laps won't be any different at all.
Fortunately for some, unfortunately for others, it has been a war of attrition. Some of our faster trucks, the 10, absolutely taken out there at the end, but we had other trucks that were up front all night. 51 has been here. We got some surprising trucks we ain't talked about all night. The 53 of Brett Killick. Where did he come from? Starting outside front row. '03's up there, restarting 6th. Wasn't he on his lid a few laps ago?
That he was. It's a salt shaker.
Pace car down pit road one final time. Green flag in the air here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Good start from the 51. Good push from the 4 of Larry Eddy. He's able to clear the 53 going into turn 1. Caution out already. 41 and the 111 into it. '43 tipped the 41 in front of the field, collected the 91, 89, 111. The 51 of Matthew Greathouse is your winner. Picks up the pace car here at the exit of 2. We'll go back, take a look at that caution one more time. Here on the start, looks like the 43, green flag goes. 43 gets a great start. Goes to make the pass after the start-finish line. 41 looked like maybe he was arcing up the track a little bit to make the corner. Collects the 89, 111, innocent bystanders. Watch that one more time from the 43. You can hear he got that restart. He just wanted to go. Got a good push from behind. He goes up to the 3rd lane. 41 comes up just that little bit, and that's, these trucks are incredibly touchy. That's all it takes. Folks bringing their trucks to a stop. The 51 have the track. Triple 7, 429 giving each other a high five. Good finishes. Good finishes. Hard fought race. This is your winner, Matthew Greathouse. He goes one last time behind the pace car through turn 4.
Got a good looking paint job as he burns them down.
You know, I hear there's a superstition. You're not supposed to drive green cars in racing. Green car beats the superstition, brings it home first. That was a hard-fought win.
That was an excellent run, Matthew. Yeah, it was a very good run tonight. Very smooth.
It's very rare that you see old tires outrun new tires. I mean, these could have 20 laps on them. It made no difference. It was unbelievable. What a setup tonight.
It was a wonderful race to watch from up here. Overall, what were your? Unfortunately, 51 not in the team speak, so I can't pull him up to interview him after his win. So, Mr. Michael Pegg, what did you think of the race tonight?
I thought it was outstanding. A little too many cautions, but that's what happens in an open room. But the setup was great. We'll be ready for next week. Season starts. I think we're pretty much recruited a lot. We're going to see how it levels out, see how the rooms are. I think we're ready to shut all the doors and go racing.
Well, speaking of next week, what's your first race for Thursday night next week? What do you got lined up for everybody?
That would be Brian. I have no idea. He's the one that just made the schedule. I hadn't even read it yet. There is no telling what he snuck in there.
Lucky Dog races 6 nights a week, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we got, was it the Gen 4s on Monday, Gen 6s on Tuesday. We figured out what we're doing on Wednesday?
Not yet. Right now, just as of now, trucks. We thought about doing short track.
Short track trucks?
Yeah, short track trucks on Wednesday night, and then mile and a half on Thursday night.
A little bit of everything, and then I know there's the late model stock series running on Fridays and Xfinity Super Speedways on Saturdays, correct?
Yes, sir.
And are any of those leagues still recruiting?
The Super Speedway, we've got quite a few. It's just we got to get the consistency to show up every Saturday night.
Well, anyone watching, if you want a good league to join, look up Lucky Dog Sim Racing on Google. It'll pop up the website. You can also go to the league page on iRacing, Lucky Dog Sim Racing. It's plenty selections for you. Little bit of something for everybody.
Joe William, was great to see you tonight. Good to see Brian. Great racer, everybody. Outstanding. Hats off to Matthew. Great win.
It was an absolute blast to call up here.
And look who snuck in second place. Larry Eddy.
Mr. Larry Eddy.
And look at Gary Whitmer. Slid in fourth place. Unbelievable.
Just excellent, strong run tonight.
Outstanding. Outstanding performance from those guys.
Well, it's been an absolute blast. I guess we'll was it Brian, the next race, the late model stocks tomorrow night should be broadcast. I don't think I'll be there though. I'm on a plane to Arizona, so I'll probably see you all Tuesday for the first race of the Gen 6 League.
Yep, it's a season opener next Tuesday for N6 Series, and then we got trucks next Thursday. Then the season opener, and of course, we broadcast every night. We just don't announce in all the races.
Well, alrighty. It's been a fantastic evening, fantastic race. Let's say we about call it.
Sir, we'll see you guys next week.
See you then.